I want a nationalist in the fucking White House. Can we get that? Maybe. Whatever happened to America first? And didn't that used to be the America first? America second, third, and fourth? Maybe. I don't fucking know. All right. Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville decided to come out and say some pretty flagrant things. Got himself as donkey of the day on the Breakfast Club. And, well, let's just check out what all he said.
Pay attention to, we don't. There's a group of evil ass people in this country who are trying to take us back to a time before we had basic rights. Okay, it's happening. All right, look at what the Supreme Court did with Roe v. Wade. Look at what the Supreme Court did with affirmative action in colleges and universities. At this point, we just have to ask ourselves, what's next? What basic right is going to be stripped from the American people next? But we tired. Okay, mentally and emotionally exhausted. Therefore, we don't have the energy to fight. And people like Tommy Tuberville are banking on that, all right? They're banking that we as a collective are too tired to truly get angry, and that is why he can go on national TV like CNN and argue that the definition of white nationalism is just some people's opinion. Let's go to CNN for the report, please. I'm totally against any type of racism, okay? I was a football coach for 40 years, and I dealt and had opportunity to be around more minorities than anybody up here on this hill. But calling people white nationalists is just another word that they want to use other than racism. I'm totally against anything to do with racism. But the thing about being a white nationalist is just a cover word for the Democrats now, where they can use it to try to make people mad across the country. Identity politics. I'm totally against that.
But just to be clear, you agree that white nationalists should not be serving in the U.S. military. Is that what you're saying?
I agree they should.
White nationalist is someone who believes that the white race is superior to other races.
Well, that's some people's opinion. My opinion of a white nationalist, if somebody wants to call him white nationalist, to me is an American. It's an American. Now, if that white nationalist is a racist, I'm totally against anything that they want to do, because I am 110% against racism. Sigh. Senator Tuberville, as Caitlin Collins tried to point out to you, the pure definition of white nationalism is racism. Merriam-Webster definition of white nationalism is a group of militant white people who espouse white supremacy and advocate enforced racial segregation. Dictionary.com says the definition of white nationalism is the belief, theory, or doctrine that white people are inherently superior to people from all other racial and ethnic groups, and that in order to preserve their white, European, and Christian cultural identities, they need or deserve a segregated geographical area, preferential treatment, and special legal protections. Senator Tuberville, the definition of white nationalism is not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of fact. And this is the problem I have with so many of these fascists, these racists, these white nationalists. They are elected officials. There are politicians, there are people that control the legislation, and they literally talk out both sides of their reptilian necks. You can't say you're against racism, but be for white nationalism. That's like me telling my side chick black men don't cheat. Okay? That's like me saying I'm against drug use, but also spending a weekend with Hunter Biden in the White House. I like what Hunter likes. DJ Khaled boys. That's like Nick Cannon holding a safe sex seminar. Okay? I was speaking to the president of the Fat Lives Matter community, and he said this is like ordering a 20-piece chicken McNugget value meal, 2 large fries, a quarter pounder, an M&M McFlurry, and then when they ask you what you want to drink, you say a Diet Coke. The word of the day is contradiction, kids. Okay, we are all human contradictions, but this is a senator of the United States of America telling us he's against racism while supporting actual racism, because that's what white nationalism is. Bottom.
Okay, so a lot of people are a little bit confused as to what's going on because of the wordplay. Okay, Charlemagne the God said that the word of the day is contradiction. I would say it's wordplay, it's semantics. That's the word of the day, semantics. What Tommy Tuberville, and is it Tuberville or is it Tupperville? It's Tuberville. After that donkey of the day, Senator Tuberville decided he was going to come out and double down on the semantics. Let's take a look.
Explain why you continue to insist that white nationalists are American.
Listen, I'm totally against racism. If Democrats want to say that white nationalists are racist. I'm totally against that too.
But that's not a Democratic definition. The definition of a white nationalist
Well, that's
is
your
someone...
definition. My definition
It is
is
the
racism
definition.
bad.
The
Next
definition,
question.
the definition is that the belief that the white race is superior to all other races.
Totally out of the question.
So do you believe that white nationalists are racist?
Yes, if that's what a race is, yes. Thank you.
But that's the definition.
All right, so he's playing semantics. He's playing the word game here. White nationalist, okay? So if you look at what a nationalist is, it's somebody who is a fanatic about their country. A nationalist is a person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interests, especially to the exclusion or detriment of the interests of other nations. So when we're talking about nationalism, that's somebody who is a fanatic about their own nation. As far as the military goes, I want our soldiers to be nationalists, full on nationalists. Like, I want them jumping out of bed every morning singing, "Good morning, USA." It becomes tricky when you start putting something in front of nationalists, anything that's not the nation that you come from. So an American nationalist, a German nationalist, okay, a Vietnamese nationalist, right? When you start putting like a specific race in front of nationalism, that's where you get the racism. Now, how do you get racism out of a nationalist, right? When you put white in front of it, let's look at it from a different angle. I wonder if Senator Tuberville would be okay with black nationalists. Has anyone thought to ask him? So what is a black nationalist? A black nationalist is a black person that is only for the betterment of other black people in their nation. I gotta say, I don't believe that this country has ever been more together and more unified before or since 9/11. Once 9/11 happened, we all kind of banded together as one nation. A lot of race-based crimes and things like that that were happening a lot all over the country kind of stopped. It kind of paused there for a little bit. And I think that's sad that we have to have a tragedy like that to happen in order for a nation to come together on one accord. I understand the downhill swing of nation pride, nationalistic pride. And a lot of people sometimes like to weaponize that word, nationalistic, and make it seem super scary, and it makes you think of the German nationalists from the 30s. And that's a little scary, right? So we weaponize the word nationalist, but why? I personally don't think that being a nationalist is a bad thing. But when you start to put black and white in front of it, then you're excluding everybody else, not even a whole group of people. You're excluding everybody else from that. Let's take this on a micro scale, okay? Do you see the teeth in the back of my head? I know you've noticed that my bottom teeth are a little fucked up. You see how they're all kind of, yeah. A dentist did that. These they didn't just break off. They were pulled off. They were yanked off. And if I got really close, you could see where some of them were broken off and they did nothing to fix that. I was at the dentist and I was supposed to be put under, because I don't deal with pain very well, to get these back teeth removed and to get implants in. And so I was not put under. I was given very small amount of Novocaine. And when it started to wear off, I got scared. it started to wear off before they even went in. And so I was like, hey, let's reschedule this for another day. I'm feeling it and I don't have a good feeling about this. I was the last patient of the day. They had to reschedule on their end because there was a lot of issues going on. We're finally here. And my dentist, who wasn't the guy that I was corresponding with for 6 months before. No, it was 4 months. 4 months beforehand. It was somebody different. And he was not hearing it. So he forcefully told me that I wasn't going to go anywhere. We're going to go ahead and get this done. It was going to be quick and easy. And I'm going to be out the door. I'm like, I really don't want to do this. We sit down. I'm still feeling the numbing agent a little bit, but I feel him pop a tooth out. And I'm like, holy fucking shit, that hurt. You gotta stop. And he didn't stop. Even when I started to cry. Even when I started to scream. When I screamed, that's when he stopped, went and got his assistant to hold my head down like this, while this fucking maniac ripped teeth out of my head. Now, let me ask you something. When he did this, he told me, you've had 4 kids. This is a walk in the park for you. Do you think he would have told Sally Sue, who had 4 kids, the same thing? He wouldn't have. Because Billy Bob and Billy Joe needed to get back home and fuck what kind of pain I was in, right? I'm fucking terrified of dentists. Lots of black people are. Lots of black people are terrified of doctors. You don't even want to know the fucking horror stories that I've got from my OBGYN. That's the danger. That's the danger right there. Because when you start putting white in front of nationalist, then fuck everybody else. Fuck what they have to go through. We're supposed to be a melting pot. There are tons and tons and tons of different types of people here. Tons. I don't know any other country that is as diverse as America. So why would we continue to splinter ourselves off? It doesn't make any fucking sense. It just doesn't. If you want to be a nationalist, that's great. That's wonderful. Be a good nationalist and join the army, because we need y'all over there. Okay? Like as many nationalists as possible to be in our armies. But when you start putting white nationalists, black nationalists, that's when it gets a little bit finicky. And that's when we start to have a problem. I understand what he's trying to say and how he's trying to say it. But when you start to normalize white nationalism doesn't equal racism, when you start to get familiar with saying those phrases, then you get dentists like mine that would much rather listen to me scream and cry and beg him to stop, rather than to just give me some fucking pain meds. They sent me home with ibuprofen. Because I've had 4 kids. You really think it's because I had 4 kids? I don't think it's because I had 4 kids. I think if Sally Sue had 4 kids, she would have been doped the fuck up. That's what I think. So, while I understand where he's coming from, I just wanted to come on and explain why it's so dangerous to say shit like that. Because when I first heard these remarks, my immediate reaction was, well, he's right. A nationalist is someone who's a fanatic about their country. And if they just so happen to be white, then they're a white nationalist. But you and I both know the connotations that come with those words, a white nationalist. We know exactly what the fuck that means. He knows exactly what the fuck that means. Because I highly doubt that he would want a black nationalist anywhere in our armies. But when you play the word game, when you play semantics with the people, especially as a representative, that gets into real dangerous fucking grounds. And rolling back Roe v. Wade, that's a clear example of us going backwards. Now, y'all don't want to hear about my take on affirmative action because it's not what y'all think. It's not what you think it is. But that's another topic for another day, which I probably won't even get into because y'all motherfuckers will be the first ones to be in my comments talking about, oh, you bed wench. You a bed wench. Y'all say that's y'all's favorite thing to call me, a bed wench. That is hilarious to me. To be honest with you, it's really funny to me. Fucking bed wench. All right. So yeah, I like the kind of racism that will tell me to my face, no, I'm going to butcher the fuck out of your mouth. Instead of, oh no, it's going to be fine, quick and easy. Those are the liars. Don't give me a liar. Let me know right off the fucking bat that you're not for me. That way I can go somewhere the fuck else. You don't want to deal with me. I don't want you to have to deal with me. I'll go somewhere else. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. But that white supremacy, okay, that white nationalism will sit there and tell you, oh no, everything is perfectly fine. Even though we're doing X, Y, and Z, we don't want you to worry because in all actuality, we're trying to eradicate your people. So we don't want you to worry. It's fine. No. Tell me about your racism from Jump Street. Please. And then if you guys re-elect Senator Tuberville, well then, honey, that's on you. You're letting him in. You're giving him the platform. If you hate the guy so much, vote him out. You already know what the fuck to do. We all know what the fuck to do. It's just maybe we've gone through too much and we're just kind of over everything. I don't know. I'm just tired. We might be too tired. We might be too tired to really just do anything about this. Which sucks, but I get it. It's exhausting being here. And I hate to say that because I want to be a nationalist. I want to say, go America all the time. You know, I want to go down the street. I want to be able to walk down the street and sing that song that might be written by Kenny Chesney. I'm not 100% sure. Kenny Chesney is the only country singer whose name I recognize. So we're going to say it's Kenny Chesney. But that song, I don't know the lyrics, but the song. You know, I want to sing the song too. But when we have senators like Senator Tuberville saying shit like this, it makes it hard for me to want to sing Proud to be an American. You know the song. It makes it hard because it's like, take a fucking look around. Biden has helped out Ukraine 10 times more than he's helped out the American people. I want a nationalist in the fucking White House. Can we get that? Maybe. Whatever happened to America First? And didn't that used to be the America First? America Second, Third, and Fourth? Maybe. I don't fucking know. But I do know this. When he talks about, oh, that's identity politics, I don't play into identity politics, it's silly because white nationalist, the term white nationalist is identity politics. So I don't really think he knows what identity politics are. But no to white nationalists. We don't like white nationalists. But American nationalists, that's a good thing. We've got to stop condemning that term, nationalist. It's too much of a condemnation. You think nationalist, the first thing that when you hear nationalist, the first thing that people think is racism. When really it doesn't have anything to do with racism. I, for one, would love for our politicians to be a little bit more nationalistic. It would be great if one politician could give two flipping flying fucks about, I don't know, their nation. But it's a dangerous, dangerous, slippery, slidey slope when you have senators out there saying that white nationalism is not a problem when it very clearly is a problem. When you're the only person that's saying it's not a problem and everybody else is saying, hey, it's a problem, it's a problem, it's a problem, I get it. There could be a chance that everybody else could be wrong, but when you're the only one, then maybe you might need to take a look around and see what exactly it is that people are upset about. And they're upset because you're failing to see the definition of what a white nationalist is. You're making excuses for white nationalists. Nationalist, A-okay. Anything before or after that, throw it away in the trash. That's all he had to say. That's all he had to say. I'm for anybody that wants to be a nationalist. But when you're putting one group of Americans above another group of Americans, then that's a fucking problem. Any group, that's a problem. But it's like we're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. Because we don't know how to save the baby. Save the baby, guys. Anything else I want to say? No? Okay. That's it for me, you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And something, 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 something for me. And I probably stand up somewhere in something, something else. It's something, something, I love this land. God bless the USA.